Coming to you from the Radio for One studios in Franklin, Michigan. Welcome to the Detroit Cast.
Big fan. Big fan.
A show not just free of charge, but free of FCC regulations.
Thank you for your support of the Detroit Cast.
Oh, there it is.
And without further delay, it's showtime. Please welcome the Detroit Cast. Here are your hosts, Mike and Jay.
Bagels here. What do you revert, here?
Hey there, everybody. Welcome to the Detroit Cast. Mike and Jay here. Big E is here. Shalom, E. Jay, how are you? How was your weekend?
Outstanding, sir. I'm happy to be here. My weekend was great.
Yes.
Yeah. Beautiful weekend.
Anything exciting?
It was dominated by the beautiful game again.
As it always is.
Yeah.
Were you playing in the beautiful game? Were you coaching in the beautiful game?
No, Friday, Saturday, Russell had some tryouts like all day long.
Ugh.
So I was sitting at those. And then
Yeah.
Saturday, was it Saturday night? Yeah, Saturday night DCFC.
Yep.
Wow, was that a good game.
Yeah, sounds like it.
Dude,
Yeah.
it's awesome.
I wish
So
I would have gone.
They won in stoppage time in dramatic fashion.
Yep. So
And-
they're on to the finals now.
Yeah, well, they're on to the semifinals, Mike. You
Fuck.
keep getting ahead of yourself.
Dude, I thought it was the
No,
playoffs
it's,
were
it's
in
the Midwest
this and
final. They played in the regional final. They
All right.
won that. Now they're on to the semifinals for the whole ball of wax. you
Which
know?
what is included in said ball of wax?
The nation. It would be a national championship.
So when do we get to like the final? Like it's over. We win a
Two
trophy.
more games.
2 more games.
They win 2 more. They got it.
And when? So they play Saturday, next Saturday,
August 5th at Keyworth. Another home game, man.
and then what for the last one?
I don't
if
know.
They win. Like,
I don't know.
So they could play like Dallas at Keyworth Stadium. Potentially.
They're playing a Midland, Texas team at Keyworth on Saturday.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow! I can't wait. I'm actually excited.
You gonna go this time?
I think so. I really wanted to go on Saturday, but I had some hang-ups and some shit going on, and I just wasn't able to make it out there. It was the only day I could see Beth. You know, she'd worked all week, and I know it sounds dumb, but we took the bear to a kissing booth
Doesn't sound dumb at all, Mike.
to raise funds.
You don't need to say another word. That didn't sound dumb at all, man.
Yeah. So I got to hang out with the bear all day, and Beth.
How do you raise funds at a dog kissing booth?
Well, you just bring the bear out there, and
People kiss the dog?
People come up to see the bear, and they pet the bear.
And then they throw a buck in the jar or whatever?
Yeah, they throw a buck.
Okay.
It's somewhere
So
between.
you're sitting outside Kroger or something?
Yeah. No. That would make sense.
Like, are you like elbowing out the Girl Scouts?
Yeah.
Get out of here,
Get
kid.
out.
This is my kissing booth area.
I got a puppy here. Now beat it, kid.
Oh, where are you stationed?
We
for
were
said
stationed
booth?
at Pop's Italian in Ferndale.
Okay.
Oh, where Cadogg's wedding was.
Exactly. Same place as Cadogg's wedding.
Yeah, back to the scene of the crime.
Yes. Very cool place. And they just put us out front. And people would just walk up and down the street and go, "Look at that poops!"
Yeah.
And then they'd come up and they wanted to lick the face. But
So
it's
it was just Bear?
it was just Bear.
Wow,
Bear-
featuring Bear.
Featuring
That's
Bear.
it.
There was we took over for another dog who was, I gotta be honest, full size and
Yeah.
older. It's like, dude, like
not as kissable.
you know, your choices are, you could come see a 4-year-old pit bull, which is fine, cute, but an 11-week-old bear.
Are you kidding
Oh, look at that poops! And Bear was just a showstopper,
Yeah.
dude.
So now you have a bunch of ones that you got to move somehow?
Yeah, dude. People will it's hilarious to watch. Some people will come up and give you a 20. Just like, hey, it's great. You're raising. I understand this is kind of a joke, a kissing booth with a dog. But it's great. You're raising funds for the shelter, this no-kill shelter, almost home. So I want to do my part. Some people are like, I want the dog to lick my face, and they'll put a quarter in the thing, in the fishbowl. You're like,
Make it lick me. Make it.
all
I
right.
paid. Make
I
it
paid.
lick me.
Here's my 50 cents, darling.
Oh,
Let this
boy.
puppy lick me. And you're like, just bite her ear, Bear. Bite Nana's ear. And so that was a lot of fun. And Bear's a huge hit. I figured out how you can get laid. Get a puppy.
Well, yeah.
Dude, you just walk that thing around. You will be stopped every 5 feet.
I
every
know.
5 feet.
I know you're not saying anything. I'm not going through that freaking the responsibility though. There's a lot of other side to that that's gonna.
Yeah.
The cons outweigh the pros, huh, E?
Maybe-
We're talking about the panous in a vagine, E. No more butt.
That's right.
Well, maybe
no
the
more,
butt.
no more,
lot of work.
Well, no more hairy guy butt.
Okay.
Talking about a chick here, E.
No, you're right, dude. Unquestionable. What I really want, what I want is my sister to freaking just get knocked up, so then I can just,
Where's it going
like
with
baby,
this?
I know. This is
babysit her kid, take the
Keep
kid to the
pulling out,
mall.
E. You do not want that to happen, believe me.
No, like then I can babysit her kid and take it to the mall and like. Just be
You
like,
think
oh,
she's going to let you do that?
Well, maybe.
You think a kid will grab more tail than a puppy?
Well,
really?
when I'm babysitting for my sister as a big brother who's just trying to give my sister a day off.
my niece/daughter.
But you don't have to know that.
But whatever, it's a baby and it's cute, and here I am with it.
No, puppy's more of a sure thing. I think
Maybe.
people
They're just a-
look at you with a kid and just be like, ew, gross.
Yeah.
He spawned.
No, thank you.
By the way,
Oh, we have the tournament bracket here.
So what do we got left? Ooh, we're the 2 seed now. We got Elm City Express. Where's Elm City?
Dude, I don't see us. We're
right.
Detroit City
gotcha.
FC.
Okay.
Now I got you.
No, they're playing Midland, Odessa.
Right. Who's the 3 seed? We're the 2. We're the 2.
Okay.
Elm City Express is the 1 seed, and the 4 seed is CD.
Aguiluchos, USA. I guess that's a California team, Mike.
That's a good call. I bet you're right. We have the coolest logo of the 4. And
Definitely have the
hopefully-
coolest home field.
Yeah.
Take out the actual field part and just bring on the ambiance. The field has to be the worst field in the damn league, dude.
You think so?
Oh, they're basically playing on cement.
Yeah. That AstroTurf thing.
Watch how much that ball bounces. It's insane.
Yeah. Grass is the way to go.
Oh, it's a great game. You talk about upkeep, though. Holy shit.
Yeah.
But what a great game, man. They were up 2-0. Ann Arbor came back to tie it. I think with about 10 minutes left,
Momentum's gone at that point.
Guy came down. It's 2-1. Guy's just blowing down kind of the left of the middle of the field. 2 defenders chasing him. Goalie's coming out, and he just fucking blasts one left-footed in the side netting.
How far out? 18 out?
Probably about 18 out. It was
Yeah.
just a beautiful finish. So that tied it up 2-2, and you're like,
Were you just like
"Fuck."
heartbroken at that point?
No, because it was just exciting,
Yeah.
whatever. But there had been a red card already, I believe, on Ann Arbor, so they were playing a man down,
Wow.
and it was just rough as shit. There was almost fisticuffs a couple times,
Nice.
but City scored with I don't know, maybe 2 minutes left in stoppage. It was awesome.
Nice.
I mean, it would have kept going, right? Or would
They would have had to play extra time, then go to
because
kicks.
right because it's not now you're in playoffs,
Can't have
so
a
someone
draw
has
at
to
that
win,
point.
right?
Yeah.
you can't have a draw in a playoff game.
Well, I guess you both play the next team.
Yeah. Good
both
luck.
of you.
Flip a
Half
coin.
of your team and half the other team plays the next
He's
team.
making the point.
Come
that
on.
it would have got. It would
Yeah.
have ended.
It's a good
It's a
point.
fair question. I don't know if they, I wouldn't have known technically because I know hockey has changed their rules. If it's like they don't go to a shootout anymore, because I know some people hate shootouts, some people love it, but it's like just play
I do
until
not
someone
like
scores.
the hockey shootout. I dig the soccer shootout, though.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Were you on the soccer shootout division of our team? I believe you were.
Come on, Mike.
I know I was.
Were
What?
Yeah.
What?
Oh hell yeah.
Oh, yeah. You came in the final 2 years of our high school. We sucked. That's right. You were, yeah. Hey, we've all heard that SUVs are the hottest selling vehicles
What an asshole.
on the planet. As luck would have it, I didn't say you sucked. I said our team sucked.
No, I heard what
As
exactly
luck would
what you
have
said.
it,
You'd
our
love to say
friends
it, too.
at Zott Ford and Holly happen to be Metro Detroit's SUV headquarters with massive inventories and wickedly low prices. For example, lease the class-leading 17 Ford Escape for just $122 a month, or lease a family fun 17 Ford Edge at just $155 a month. Finally, lease the incredibly capable Ford Explorer for $222 a month, only at Zott Ford and dealsinthed.com.
By the way, I got a message from Gabar over the weekend.
Yeah.
And I apologized for, someone's comments about Chris, who worked there when he had to pick who was the biggest cocksucker at Zott Ford in this photo.
I couldn't. You had to. I had to pick somebody.
Yeah, you
somebody
had to.
Yeah, there was a gun to your head, so you did.
How pissed was Chris?
Chris was Chris McQueen.
Chris was pissed.
Chris, it sounds like, was okay. I think they were glad that we went to bat for Chris a little bit and acted like some of E's behavior may have prompted his boss,
Yeah.
Chris, to be a dick at times. And I think Chris's response was the feeling is mutual. In other words, E is also a dick. So
Oh, fine, whatever.
And the fact is, he never gave you a lawn job. So,
he doesn't know where. Well, he probably would have if he knew where I live. But.
Yeah. Anyway, going back to Bear really quick.
Yeah.
People are asking, like, is Bear still available to adopt and all this? And why do you still have Bear? And
Are we going to be honest now about Bear?
we could be honest about Bear. Yeah, Bear's got
Bear's damaged goods.
Bear's got a little bit of problems, which makes her
Makes her special.
a special needs bear. She's got, and I'm going to screw up the name. I'm never good at these medical
Layman's
names.
terms, Mike. Layman's terms.
She's got what's called leaky vaginitis or something. I think is the professional term for it.
It just drips out of her constantly.
It's not a constant.
Yeah,
Don't
well,
say
it's
that.
pretty close.
No.
and then she likes to roll in it.
She lays in. I think what's going on is Bear can't control when you run. She's getting good though. She tries. I take her outside and I go, let's go party, and then she goes party. And she whizzes on the floor, on the ground outside. And I'm like, that's a good bear. And I give her a little treat, and she gets all happy. And then she can run around the house a little bit, and she'll leak a little bit. Or she'll take a nap. And if you don't get her and take her outside fast enough, she'll wet the bed. And
She's like a menopausal woman.
Sort of, yeah. And so E was making fun of her. She was about, I don't know, 5 weeks old at the time. And when E was going to have to babysit her, remember that?
Yeah,
yeah. And she was sleeping in her whiz all the time. And he's like, is this going to be fixed by the time I babysit her? Or are we going to have to, is she still going to be wetting the bed? And I was like, you wet the bed through your 2nd to 8th grade, dude. She's like 5 weeks old. Cut her some slack here.
Great point.
And he was like, well, fair enough. That's true. It's like, she's basically like you. So she's got some sort of leaky vaginitis, and so she's taken some meds, and it might require some surgery, which would not be cheap. And like $3,000 to $5,000 or something is what we've heard.
So new homes are like, yeah, I love the bear, but
Yeah.
God, that's quite an anchor to take on.
It's so funny. Like every time I post something about the bear, like a picture of her, or if Beth does something, she'll be sure to tag my page, knowing it'll get more views that way. And so every time we do, it's like within seconds, there's all these people like, oh my God, how cute, adorable. Oh my God, love it. They'll share it with someone else that might want to, just heart emojis. They'll share it with someone who they know might be interested in a dog or a puppy. And then there's inevitably a bunch of people who go, oh my God, I want her. Who do I need to contact about this? And I would forward all these people to Beth. And so Beth said over the weekend, she made a post like, here's what's going on with Bear. She's got leaky vaginitis. And blah, 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 blah. So she requires some special attention. That's why we still have her.
This shit's getting way too complicated for
I
me.
know. And so the comments all come piling in. They're all like, oh, my God, so cute, adorable. Not one person was like, who do I have to talk to about taking this dog? All those dried up immediately.
Ooh, leaky vagine.
Oh. So not only am I dealing with a puppy, I'm dealing with one that has some special attention required. And so,
If only the vagine could dry up as quickly as the comments.
yeah, exactly. So that's why we still have 11-week-old Bear, and she wasn't shipped off at 8 weeks, because a lot of people are asking me, and it's like, yeah, well,
Well, we're happy to have her.
yeah, she's a good poops. Anyway, E, how was your weekend? Did you have a good weekend?
Sure. No, I did. Went to the last.
Why would you ask me? I'm just a listener. Who cares what I did over the weekend?
I don't know what to say. Well, you shove it around the horn, and I'm just sitting here. I don't know. It was fine.
I did it to Jay, and he told me exactly. He was with Russell at tryouts.
Right.
I listened to that. He went to DCFC. I told you about Bear and my
Yeah, you're
magical
right. That's
weekend with
true.
her, and now it's like there's a third guy here. E, how was your weekend?
You're right. Well, technically, if everything stays the course, I went to the last event ever at the Joe. Wrestling, WWE had a house show, which is a non-televised WWE event if you don't watch wrestling. But they had one at the Joe on Saturday night. So, like, right now, that's the last
That
event.
was supposed to be the scheduled final
It's
event.
the last thing they have on the. And I should thank, by the way, I had a listener, TJ, that hooked me up with tickets. I was going to buy tickets, and then I hadn't bought them yet because it wasn't sold out, so I just hadn't bought them yet. And all of a sudden, right as I was about to buy them, I get a message, hey, did you buy your tickets yet? So
Well, that's very cool.
it was
of
very
TJ.
cool. It was very
Yeah.
cool of him.
Yeah, did you meet up with him, buy him a beer or
I
something?
did not.
No?
Why?
You should
Well,
have.
we did have issues getting down there.
It's always something, isn't it?
TCG and I had issues getting down there on time because
Tennis went late.
well, we actually did play tennis on Saturday as well.
Sure.
Played some tennis on Saturday. But no, you know what? There's a tire game, and we were just going to park in Greektown, and my continuing feud with Greektown, and if they're going to charge me to park there, let us have to drive all the way to MGM because we're both stubborn about
Yeah,
paying
you
for
won't
parking.
pay for parking
I
down
hate
there.
paying for parking.
And tickets and dinners.
No, I have no problem paying for tickets.
Beers for guys who gave you free tickets. Stuff like that.
You know. I don't know.
Would have been a nice gesture. E.
I know. I meant to meet up with him at the casino.
What precluded you? The
I
timing?
guess we got there late to the
Aren't
show
there
late.
intermissions during these shows? Like a couple of them?
Not
kinda
usually. Although there actually was an intermission this time, by the way, which I'm convinced was an absolute money grab. I've been to several WWE events and never had an intermission before. Because right before the intermission, they got out there and told us about, by the way, the merchandise table is out there and we're selling belts and this and that, and they're like, and we'll be taking a 15-minute intermission. I've never seen an intermission at a WWE event before.
Plus, this place has some beer and popcorn they need to get rid of. So go on out there and get your. So
I meant to meet up with him, and I just didn't.
You must have got there late then, right? So you didn't see the first part of the show.
I actually did get there late, unfortunately, but I was walking in as the first match was starting, which actually I was mad about, but I don't know, whatever. I meant to and I didn't, but I did appreciate it, and I thanked him several times. So
did you?
Yes, on Facebook Messenger. What is he going to say? I didn't thank him.
Well, let's see
Hold
what
on.
he says.
Time out. Before we go a step further.
I thanked him several times on Facebook Messenger.
Time out. I want people to understand what you just witnessed. And you got to see a lawyer at work.
No, that wasn't even. That wasn't.
You got to
that
see.
was barely anything.
I know it was barely anything, but it was just enough to set the table with some basic timeline facts.
I didn't even want to hurt him. I just wanted to, just get some basic facts.
You just wanted a baseline, and you established
I would have liked
it.
to have been there earlier, by the way. Honest to God, my goal was to be at the Greektown by 6, and we didn't get there until like 7:30.
Because of tennis and parking.
Well, the parking bullshit was
So
But
really
you got
did-
free tickets, so you should be able to offset the free park. Pay for parking.
But as the record stands, you got there after it started, after the event started. So
well,
you weren't able to meet with him before.
they were playing the national anthem as we were freaking walking in.
Take your
yes.
hat off, you son of a bitch.
I was not in the arena. I was in the concourse as the national anthem was.
And you
being
didn't
played.
take off your hat because you're in a concourse?
do you still have to take your hat if it's at the home?
Absolutely.
Of the
Well, I wasn't
Taking off my hat now.
Okay.
Yeah, I just took my hat off right now.
If you walk in the door as that part's going on, you rip the hat
I
off.
can't believe you wore your hat through that.
Well, I was singing it.
You
It's part of my.
un-American
It's part
son
of my.
a bitch.
It's part of my. This is my all-American wear, so that's
So
why.
because you're in a concourse, you don't take your hat off?
You take
I
your
actually
hat
didn't
off,
say
you-
whether I did or not. No, actually I didn't. But I actually hadn't even answered the question yet when you just said that. You just jumped to it. But
Okay, well, Kevin writes in, friend of TJ.
Oh no.
Hey, sirs, just figured you would want to be made aware of how the Big E screwed over a couple of listeners who tried to do something nice for him.
okay, you know what? Fine. I'm gonna go on. You know what, dude? Everyone knows the deal. Everyone knows how I am. Don't offer me tickets then. This is the deal. I would have met up for you.
I'm a dick.
I meant to meet up with you. I'd rather pay the $20. You know what? Because is Ty gonna buy him a fucking beer? So now I have to pay $22. I would have bought $22 for a ticket anyway. He got upgraded for the tickets. I did mean to meet up with him, but it didn't work out, I guess. I'd rather not buy a beer then. If that's the expectation, then don't give me free tickets.
You got to stop looking at it like, how much am I paying versus what I would have paid? Dude, somebody did something nice. You just fucking buy him a beer.
I thanked him
You don't think about it.
Yeah, you just like,
No, they
hey,
wanted
that's
two
a great
beers.
night.
They wanted one for both
so
of them.
What?
Then I'm
so
not doing
what?
it.
That's absurd.
Okay.
Okay. Kevin continues. My buddy TJ and I had gone had some WWE tickets, but some better ones popped up that we couldn't pass up. Now, we could have sold the original ones for close to $100.
No, you couldn't have.
But
No, you couldn't have.
loyal listeners that we are,
No, it wasn't even sold out. No.
we know the Tard had been talking about going. So, considering it a kind of show donation, TJ offered them to Eric. E was jacked.
Oh, you rock.
He even did the not to be sappy, dude, but this means so much bit.
It did.
You've heard
Which
that
it
one.
does.
Oh yeah. I get it usually when he's hammered.
Yeah,
He'll
I know,
text
me too. I know.
Which it does.
Get
And
the
that's
phone call.
stand by
Dude, I
that.
just got to tell you, dude, this just means so much.
I
man.
stand by that.
We wanted no money for them, says Kevin. Just throw us a shout out on the show is all they requested,
Which I
and
just
buy
did.
us a couple beers.
You sneaky son of a bitch.
A couple beers. That is money. That's money.
The
Then
plan-
don't give I don't want free. Everybody going forward, I don't want anything free if there's some expectation
boy.
I have to meet you up. I'll buy my own shit. I was about to buy my own tickets that day. I did plan to meet up with him. I wanted to. We got there late, and it didn't work out,
The plan was to keep in touch and hook up.
which I tried.
So we get there early, and Eric says later on, TCG and him were playing tennis, and we're going to be later. Then TCG had to do
sounds
something
so
else, and was
gay
going to
in
be
country
even
clubs.
later.
No. I didn't say we were going to be later. The plan was to be there by 6. And yes, Ty a lot of times annoyingly does run late. And usually I was ready to go. My goal, I would have left at 4:30. We were going to leave at 5. Then all of a sudden we're leaving at 5:30. Then there's traffic. Then the parking situation happens.
Did you guys get one of those situations where you couldn't get out of deuce and were just stuck playing an entirely long game where it's like advantage
No, we didn't
tie,
even play.
deuce,
We didn't even play. We honestly
advantage
didn't.
E,
Over and over,
deuce,
yeah. We
just had
deuce,
it-
advantage E.
we didn't even
Get
keep-
out of deuce.
You guys were stuck in deuce for 2 extra hours.
We didn't. No,
They
we
don't
didn't
know how
even-
to keep score. They're just like, what? It's
no, I
3
do
to
not.
1.
Fuck you. I do not a keep score. But anyway, no, it's just, dude. I'm someone who would way rather. I would have been down there by 5:30 if it were up to me. But
I'm not making fun of you. I'm just saying I would have respected your excuse
you were
more
stuck in
if you were
Deuce. If you were
stuck in Deuce. It was
No.
like, dude, what were we supposed
We
to
didn't even
do?
keep-
You got to
we
win
didn't
by
even-
2. And TCG and I were stuck in Deuce for 2 hours.
And for any
You're
new
like, all right.
listeners, TCG is E's Asian boyfriend.
Yeah.
TCG
Yeah,
had to
that's
do
who it
something
is, you
else and was
fucking
going to be
asshole.
later. Then they forgot their Greektown cards and were struggling to find a place to park. But we were still well before the show, and then nothing.
no.
Ooh. Just a Facebook post.
Is it
where
all
Eric,
caps nothing or a?
Just nothing. Dot, dot, dot. Just a Facebook post where Eric took an image from our seat saying it was the last time at the Joe. No thank you. No reply to numerous messages and posts on his post. I know if that was me, I would be touching base constantly saying, dude, when are we going to hook up in the concourse to buy you guys a couple beers? But no, not even during intermissions.
Plural intermissions?
Intermissions.
E, did you ghost a couple listeners?
I did not go.
E, was there more than one intermission? Easus?
No, there's only.
Don't you? God damn you to hell if you're lying.
Why would I lie about that? There's only one. I've never even heard of an intermission at WWE before.
Once he got there, all messages were ignored.
What messages?
And still nothing as of now, Sunday afternoon.
What messages were ignored?
He's an ungrateful bastard.
Okay.
We could have sold those
Yep.
tickets and it would have paid for our whole night.
No,
Lesson
you couldn't
learned,
have.
Kevin.
No, you couldn't have because no one. They were fucking. That wasn't sold out. You could have sold them for less than face value. Nobody would have
What was
paid
face value on the tickets?
$20.
Son of a bitch.
I don't care. I'm not fucking gonna. Dude, I thanked him in the message. I honestly wanted to meet up earlier. It didn't work out. I didn't ignore anybody.
E, look.
I don't
Listen.
care what.
You don't care what I say. I know, and that's the problem because you're hot right now. You're fucking hot, and you're going to be stewing the rest of the show.
I will not.
Yes, you will, and you can't control your temper. It's hard to do, and you need to learn how to do it. The problem with this is you don't see the difference
There's
between.
numerous problems with this, but take the first
I don't
problem.
care. You know what? Fuck you. I don't care.
See?
No,
See?
I don't want anybody to offer me anything
He's
ever
hot.
again.
He's hot right now.
Never offer me anything again. I'll pay
That's
for
a
anything
good
I want.
response.
It is.
That's a good response. You don't see the difference in buying tickets online from a stranger or buying your own versus someone as a listener of this show and a fan of this show giving you something. You have to feel like you need to go above and beyond to recognize that gesture from them. Do you understand that as being a part of a show like this?
And E, you got to stop looking at it like, well, I would have paid 20, but now if I buy him beers, then I'm like paying 22. Dude, it is what it is. Like they asked you to go, you're committing to meeting up with them and meeting them and having a beer with them. Like that's just like being a human being, man.
I never
Be an
committed to
adult.
anything.
Oh, Jesus.
I never committed. He said, would you want to meet up? Where are you parking? I'm parking in Greektown. Oh, maybe we could meet up before. Yes, probably. The timing, we got there fucking late.
Yeah, the tennis game.
Yeah.
Stuck in Deuce.
I don't, fuck, whatever, dude. I don't care.
E, I'm just saying, if
Fine,
you're
I
going
don't
to
want
be,
anything then.
don't just demand that and say something like that. But here's the problem. Jay and I get involved. We get roped into your douchebaggery.
No, you.
Yes, we do. Because
Numbskullery and douchebaggery.
yes, Jay's getting emails. I'm getting messages
Oh, fuck.
about
I will never
your
accept
shit.
fine. I'm never taking anything ever again.
You're missing the point. Is all that proves?
I get it.
E,
no, I'm not.
E, do you understand when someone meets you as a fan? You wanted this your whole life. You wanted to be known. You wanted to have fans. You wanted to be something other than a bank teller. You wanted to do something special. When you get the chance to meet someone, when they come up to you and they recognize you, or they see you, or they do something nice for you, there's a level of that you need to go above and beyond, so that when they walk away, they leave with a good taste in their mouth about the show, about you. You know, I met Eric. He wasn't a total retard. He was great. He sat down. He had a beer with us. He couldn't have been more friendly. I really liked the Detroit cast. Instead, it's like, this fucking piece of shit ignored us,
I didn't
ghosted
ignore
us.
nothing,
All of a
dude.
sudden, nothing, no response from anything. He didn't try to reach out and thank us publicly on Twitter, Facebook, nothing. It was just like, look where I am, me and TCG enjoying
Yeah,
the
I
last
guess I wish
event
I
at
would
the
have
Joe.
tagged him in the post, I suppose. I guess
Thanks
if
to
I
my
would have done it
friends
again, I would have done
TJ
that.
and,
But
you know, and then you know we're stuck having this conversation after the fact. What
Why
were you
don't
gonna
you
say?
level with me then?
Here's another problem.
Oh boy,
Promising shout-outs, promising showtime.
I know. I wasn't
You know?
going to bring it up.
promising shout-outs. Anytime
Should I-
someone's
should I
giving...
leave
Oh,
it?
give me a break. You guys would have done the same fucking thing if someone gives you
Yeah,
a ticket.
it's our show.
Okay, fine. I don't care.
What does a guy like Steve Gabarra sitting there paying for time on our show think when
I don't care.
willy-nilly he's handing it out?
Well, sort of. He doesn't come through on his promises, so it's basically just a lie.
I guess Steve Gabarra can go, well, I guess I'll pay you guys with a couple WWE tickets and get a read.
Yeah, get my shout out that way.
Yeah.
I thought long and hard about this, Jay, because my first issue was with the shout out. I was like, that son of a bitch. You don't promise shout outs to people on the show.
Anything, by the way.
Maybe not. But then I was like, okay, I thought to myself, I know personally I would never in a billion years offer someone a shout out on the Drew and Mike show. Wouldn't happen. But then in E's defense, I was like, well, E is officially a microphoned member of this show. So I guess he's got more leg than more pull, sort of, even though that sounds weird saying.
Yeah.
So I was like, if it was just like, hey, by the way, I just want to thank Kevin. Was it Kevin and TJ?
Yes, it was.
Yeah, Kevin and TJ. I wanted to thank
Mike's
them a lot.
already connected with them.
Yeah. I mean, you know, hey, it was really nice of those guys to offer up some tickets. It was nice to meet a couple guys that listen to the show. So thanks to those guys for hooking me up. I really appreciate it.
What's you looking for, E?
I
He's
didn't
going through his
promise
messages.
nothing.
He's
You
looking
didn't
for
promise
proof.
nothing.
Well, we know what that means.
Yep. If you didn't promise nothing, E, then what did you promise?
He's trying to find evidence. Look at him.
Yeah.
He's going through his text, trying
Well, I
to prove
remember
him
when I said
wrong. He's
something.
trying to prove him wrong. Looks like a pretty long text string to me. Just
Yeah.
go ahead and read the whole thing, E.
It
Go
goes
ahead.
dark about 8:30 though.
Into the
Friday
record.
night.
Read it in the. Oh,
No.
it doesn't
Oh.
help. It doesn't help his case. He just threw his phone to the side.
I guess I said I could probably say your name, but I never said any. But I
Did
said I
you
don't know
see
about
that?
$11 beers.
He just tossed his phone
Yeah.
like, fuck it, it doesn't matter. And Jay, you were right. You pegged it. He found
you know what?
he
I don't
found
give a
incriminating
shit.
evidence. There was incriminating evidence that you
I
were
just
going
read it
through.
right now. You're right. I guess I said I could probably mention your names, but I said I don't know about no $11 beers.
You said that? I don't know about no $11.
I mean, that's not how I worded it, but I remember
But
saying
you
like, I don't know
actually,
about
like-
buying two $11 beers.
E, dude, this is just such a disconnect.
Yeah.
Somebody,
Societal disconnect.
yeah, it's like, so what if you come out in the hole on this? It's about, you know,
The
somebody
gesture
hooked you
that-
up with something, you met with them, and that's just how it happens, man. You don't go through life like with a ledger, man.
Yeah.
You can't.
Okay.
You just can't.
E, that's an important lesson to learn, though. It doesn't matter about, like, I probably, maybe you could have saved $10-20.
Haven't you ever
By
like
buying your
been
own
in a
tickets,
group
but-
and bought drinks and stuff?
No.
And one guy buys a round, and then maybe another guy buys another one. And then maybe the third guy doesn't get to a round that night, but maybe the next time he buys 3 or whatever. You know, like it just kind of
Yeah,
evens
you
out
got it
over,
last
over
time. Yeah.
It's karma, dude. It's just it just water finds its level.
He's go to the bathroom guy every time the bill
Yeah,
comes.
Mr. Alligator. Oh man, God, I tried to. Boy, I
No,
Sees the waitress
wrong.
coming across, and he knows
You're wrong,
she's got
but
our
whatever.
tab. Hey
Don't
guys,
fucking know
excuse me, I
shit.
gotta run to the
You're
bathroom
fucking
real quick. I'll be
wrong.
back in a few minutes. And he's
I
just
gotta go sit
peering
down
around
to
the
pee
corner.
for a second.
Just peering around the corner.
No.
Is she gone yet? Did anyone slap a card down? And then he comes walking out with his wallet coming out. Well, how much do we owe?
Oh,
I
we
got
it.
this
E.
one.
No, we
No,
got it already.
that's not how it
E.
goes.
Sounds like it.
Okay.
Until we see evidence otherwise.
I don't give a shit what you think.
Apparently.
Yeah, apparently I don't. I'm not gonna check.
Well, I wish you would understand what Jay is saying right now because I,
get
think it's
it.
important.
I do understand, and you're right. I do wish I had worked a little harder at it, but I don't.
Here's the thing, dude. When those guys offer you the tickets, you either go, "No, man, thanks anyway. Appreciate it.
some.
Already got some," or you go, "Yeah, dude, cool. Yeah, let's meet up. I'll buy you a beer." Like that's just like that's what an adult does. Sorry, you're a 38-year-old man. You got to start acting like it.
Then I'm not taking anything anymore. I don't want any.
That's fair. You don't have to.
I'm
A lot
not-
of people will not take stuff from listeners for that very reason. I don't want to owe people anything. Mitch Albom's made a career out of it. Do you want to go down as Mitch Albom, who everyone goes, guy's a fucking asshole, man. I just walked up to him and told him I enjoyed his work, and he was a dick. You don't want to be that guy, E. You're not a dick. You're a nice guy, but socially, like the cues that you throw out there, whether it's on a date with a girl or grabbing tickets and going to an event that a listener provided you, in those situations, you need to go above and beyond if you're ever going to get anyone to take you seriously. And dude, it matters. What you do out there matters.
Okay, I get
to
that.
all of
and
us.
I
It affects
apologize.
Jay. It affects
I agree.
me.
I get that, and I apologize. But I will.
But I really need you to understand this,
I-
E, that when you're out in the public and you do anything, you are representing the Detroit cast at all times. You just are. How many listeners do you run into? You run into them all the fucking time. All the time. And when you act like a buffoon at a bar or throw a beer bottle or tell someone to fuck, like, dude, you're representing all of us. And I'm not saying you need to be perfect, and I don't judge you for your poor behavior, but it's something you should just acknowledge and go, yeah, dude, you know what? I fucking dropped the ball. I should have made it more than a point of getting to our seats, and watching the fucking WWE bullshit, I should have first and foremost made it a point to, dude, we got to go meet TJ and Howard. I got to buy them a couple beers, thank them properly, and then we go to our seats. And then if you ghost them after that, whatever. You did your part. But
Yeah.
I don't know that you totally understand that for the future.
E, if you could do it all over again, how does the night play out? Go. Quickly. 10 seconds.
Yeah, of course. Looking back on it, I wish I would have worked. You're right. I wish I would have made the effort to meet up with them and thank them.
Would you have
obviously.
bought
That was
them beers?
painful.
I would have not taken the tickets if is what I really would have done.
Fuck E. He learned nothing. He learned nothing.
Yeah, I know.
Oh, easy. Jesus.
I don't like him, his giant head, or his beady little eyes.
You earned that one, E.
Yeah, you did.
Hey, DetroitCast listeners, check out the listener business page. It's a page under the Help the Show tab on our website, DetroitCast.com. The page includes businesses owned by listeners. Take a look. It'd be great to support the supporters of the show. This week's featured listings are Arnold Roofing, free estimates, licensed and insured, serving Southeast Michigan, specializing in roofing and gutters. Their end game is customer satisfaction. If you go to this page, you can click on the link, take you right there. Also, Peerless Steel, distributor of tool die, carbon alloy, knife, flat, hex, plate steel, and Wells Durabar. Since
all sounds cool.
1946. Dude, they bleed steel.
Really?
Since 1946. Next day delivery throughout the Midwest.
Very cool. I wonder what hex steel is.
I bet we could get some.
Can we?
We could
I want a
get,
shitload of hex steel. I don't even know what it is.
I bet it's hexagonal shaped,
Yeah.
rod like steel. I'm just guessing.
Oh, yeah, that would make sense. God, you're smart.
I could be wrong.
Yeah. Hey, getting to the news, after you spent a tremendous amount of time arguing with E, have you followed this Scaramucci guy that's on the White House? What's going on with this White House, dude?
All right, man. Let me say something about this Scaramucci guy. It hit me like what he looks. He looks strange to me,
I think he's wee.
dude.
I think he's very, very
I was
wee.
going to ask you, does he have a dwarf head on a normal body?
I think he's got a wait, did you say normal head on a dwarf
No,
body?
a dwarf head on a normal body. To me, it looked like he looks kind of like Peter Dinklage. You know, the guy from
Yeah.
Game of Thrones, like Shorn, though.
I think you mean the reverse. You mean
No, I think-
normal head on a dwarf body because
I've
Peter
not
Dinklage is a
seen-
dwarf
I
body.
know.
Yeah,
Right. But I think Scaramucci is a normal human being. I don't think he's a dwarf.
I think he's wee though.
I don't think he is. All right, let's assume he's a normal human being.
Okay.
I believe he like has a dwarf head though.
Yeah.
You know how dwarf's head looks like
A little boxy
off?
and a little off. Yeah, just kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he's got one of those bulldog personalities, like he's had to fucking claw back for everyone. Just
Sure.
Going, look at that poops and patting him on the head
Really?
his whole life. Yeah,
Little Napoleonic thing.
I think there's a
Pull him up,
touch of
E.
that.
Let me see if he has a dwarf like head. Scaramucci.
Here, E.
Good luck.
There you go.
Scaramucci? What? Who? What guy?
Yeah, there's something I don't know if it's
Something
like he
weird.
comes up to the shoulders of Sarah Huckabee Sanders.
Really?
Now, she looks like a linebacker. I don't
does.
know how big she is. I don't know, but it seems like anytime I've seen him, and
I've
maybe
not
it's
seen
not
him
there,
next
but
to anybody.
yeah, I kind of
he could-
have, and
He could be a dwarf?
I don't know. I thought I heard that he was weak. That he was weak. He does, dude. Yeah, I'm looking at one picture right now, and he's got dwarf-like features. It is Dinklage-ish.
Do you think it's possible? Do we have a dwarf running the communications division of the White House?
No. I don't know what to make of him, though.
I mean, I'm all for training them and getting them off their leashes, but
Yeah.
you think he's fit to run a communications department?
And you see him already, like not on his
Lashing
leash.
out,
He's
yeah. They're
lashing.
very
he's
aggressive.
snapping.
Yes.
Just rah! And he's saying vicious shit about people.
Put the muzzle back on.
And I don't know if that's part of the whole drain the swamp aspect we're supposed to like, or
Look at him and Reince staring at each other.
they do not like each other.
No. Well, he broomed
At
Reince.
all.
He got Reince broomed.
He sure did.
Reince Priebus.
Scaramucci's buddy, by the way. People know who we're talking about. Anthony Scaramucci, and he's now what, White House? He's not chief of staff.
He's the communications director.
Yeah,
He sort
he's
of
overseeing
blast-
the whole thing.
He blasted onto the scene a couple weeks ago. He was involved with Trump, buddy of Trump. He came up with in the Russian fake news story a couple months ago where the CNN reporters got fired over it.
Yep.
So he's been in the background, but a couple weeks ago, front and center as communications guy.
Well, it sounds like he thought he was going to get a role in the Trump White House in January originally. Like he'd been fighting tooth and nail for this, and then Reince Priebus was like, don't think that's a good idea. I wouldn't do that. Have you heard that story at all about why? I guess their battle goes
Because
back.
he's a
but
cocksucker.
No, it sounds like when Scaramucci thought for sure he was going to get a role in this White House, I'm going to go moving on up. He divested and sold his shit with this group he owned, Spygate or Stargate or something. This big company he was running, and so he could get out free and clear from that and then get a job there. Well, if you believe Reince Priebus, apparently Reince was looking at this and said, "Yeah, the investors paid too much for this company." And thought is Scaramucci has told these people, pay this for it, and I'll make sure you get some influence with Mr. Trump when I'm working for the White House. And Reince is just like, it smells bad.
Classic pay to play.
Yeah. So I wouldn't touch this thing, and Trump went, very good, we won't touch it. It's wrong. It's bad.
Good thinking, Reince.
And so however he did it, this little bulldog son of a bitch wormed his way back into the good graces of Trump. Yes, sir. And that's his dream, is to be a part of the White House and team. And so he gets hired back, and all this shit is hitting the fan now. And now he's like, fuck you, Reince. And so he's made tweets about Reince. And
yeah, well, the big thing was he was calling out Reince for being part of the leaks. Leaks have been happening from high levels in the White House for several months.
Yeah.
And who's doing it? Oh, we don't know. Well, he was calling out Reince.
Yeah, as the guy that was doing a lot of that stuff. Well, Anthony told his longtime, I guess one of his good buddies, longtime buddy, was taking some shots at Reince over the weekend, and Arthur Schultz is his name, or Schwartz is his name, and Scaramucci had to tell this guy to knock it off, settle down, poops, stop attacking Reince. But this guy was tweeting, threatening opposition research against Reince. He later deleted the tweets and apologized. He says, so he was tweeting at Reince45, and then he was like, ... oops, I meant at Reince, because he's no longer working at the White House anymore, so he doesn't have his 45 tag. So right out of the gate, it's kind of just a little, trippy at the ankle, sort of thing. And then it's like, now that you're not employed, if you want to keep, providing information, leak-type information to media outlets, this could get ugly. By the way, all the people that told you I was the one that was shitting on you over the past couple of years or whatever, it's true, it was me, and I look forward to doing it again in the future, something like that.
That's creative.
And then he said, he ended it with something like, mistress much, ? And then an emoji of a deer. Like, I got you in my sights or something.
Can you imagine being Reince Priebus's mistress?
Oh, yeah.
Is there a bigger nerdy white dude on the planet than Reince Priebus?
But he's in the White House, man. I think if you're in the White House, it entitles you to a level. I'm not saying it's a 10, but an 8.
Oh, really?
I think so.
That dude is bad.
Yeah. So anyway, they were going at it, and I guess he had to tell him, hey, knock it off. Scaramucci had to tell his buddy, like, dude, knock this shit off. We don't need this stuff going around. And so he apologized. And he's like, yeah, I don't know where I heard that rumor, but it's been going around for a while, so whatever. He's like, I'm sure Reince won't accept my apology, and I understand that I was a bad boy, and I shouldn't have said those things. And then I guess like 15 minutes later, he tweets out, hey, Reince accepted my apology. He's a bigger man than me, but you can keep attacking me because I deserve it. I'm a bad boy, or something like that. And I'm thinking, like, I'm not shocked Reince would accept that apology. I mean, if rumors have been swirling that he's cheating on his wife, and if there's any truth to him, Reince is going to want people who know that to shut the hell up. And if it's like, no, I accept your apology, let's put this behind us, bygones and all that, So, kind of a weird story. And then we find out Scaramucci's wife filed for divorce while 9 months pregnant.
Yeah. She just... Yeah, this isn't going to work, dude. You're just too ambitious right now. You're going after making these power plays, and I mean, I don't know anything about the guy other than the 3 stories I've read about him, a little bit I've seen on TV. He looks tremendously difficult to be married to.
Yeah,
just speculation.
One of those power guys that made a shitload of money.
Hair combed straight back. The
Ray-Bans.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
This is why this is kind of disturbing to me. On many levels, but isn't the communications director of the White House supposed to be the guy that's putting out blazes and like keeping the press to a minimum? Let's not rock the boat here. Let's steady the thing as much as we can.
Historically, yes, I think that's what it's been.
And how's he doing with that role?
I know.
You know what I mean? Like, it's like, dude, you haven't been on the job a week, and it's like you're in a pissing match with Reince Priebus on Twitter.
Maybe he's thinking he's going to take some away from Trump, They're no longer hitting him on Russia. They're now go ahead and hit me. I can take it.
Yeah. I'm not a big man, but I can take it.
I have a dwarf head.
So apparently his wife had the kid 2 weeks early, preemie, and he wasn't there. He was with Trump.
Human or dwarf?
I think by all accounts it's human. I don't know that that's true. I haven't seen anything that says it needs to be leashed for the first 10 years of existence, like anything like that. Nothing. Anyway, so he was with Trump, paying tribute to the Boy Scouts at the Jamboree, and then sent his wife a text, said, "Hey, congratulations! I'll pray for our kid.
Wow.
I'll pray for our child." And I guess he finally met the kid like 4 or 5 days later.
That's bizarre, man.
There's a little fella. Patted it on the head.
Is he speculating it's not his or something?
I don't know. They probably had to do that thing, where they put like gloves over your hands so you can't scratch or attack. They chained him, and then let him in there for a minute, and I don't know. So, I guess she was like, his ambition's too crazy, and she wanted to live this New York socialite life and existence they were living. She doesn't like Trump.
Well, he apparently didn't either. He went through this series of tweet deletions where I had some very, very critical tweets referencing Trump for many months, and then he was upfront about it with the press. He's like, I am now going to delete tweets that oppose President Trump. They're like, why?
We already found him.
Yeah, we know about him, and we think it's kind of weird that now you're like on Team Trump 100%. But okay.
He's like pro-abortion in one tweet, and then he's this guy's a joke about Trump in another tweet, and then he's talking about gun control, and he sounds like can't wait for Hillary, so proud of her, she'd make a great leader, like those types of things. It's not like he was going suck my dick, but he was like exactly what you think is like standard base, like left-leaning Democratic platform. He's like tweeting support for all of them.
Well, he was calling Trump a demagogue too.
Yeah, true.
So,
and then
it's changed.
And then afterwards, he's like, well, as people grow and get older and their views change on things. It's like
diametrically from 3 months ago.
Right. That's one thing if you're 15 and now you're 40 and it's like people are pulling back to your tweets from 30 years ago. But, dude.
Just be honest, dude. You're a mercenary. You got hired by that side, so you're defending that side now. Be a good communications director.
Yeah. Yep. I don't know.
So now Reince is out and General...
John,
remind me of his last name.
Oh, it's something stupid too, like John Smith or something. It's something dumb. John Henry
is now in as the chief of staff. So
he's a general.
He is a general, and it looks like Trump is kind of shedding Republican relationships quite a bit.
Yeah,
it'll be interesting to see if he can proceed down the path he wants to without either party affiliation.
Well, that'd be really sad if it was Reince that was delivering information to the opposition. I imagine over time you could figure that out, and with your contacts with the press, it's kind of a small circle. I imagine you could figure that stuff, and that would be tremendously, that'd be very troubling if you were this, and it's like, God damn it, I can't turn around without another story popping up from inside here. So I almost don't blame him for going, sweep them all out of here.
Yeah.
Get them all out of here and bring in some other people, and let's move forward with things. I don't know, man.
Hey, Wassick Insurance Services. They are the choice for all types of insurances. Auto, home, life, business, commercial, and more. Owner Brent Wassick is 29 years in the business. Call him today for a free, no-obligation quote. He's at 734-455-1900. I just called him the other day to add Manny onto our insurance, our 16-year-old new driver. Brent will personally assist you, as he did me, not some random employee sales guy. He can review your current policies free of charge and give you recommendations. That's the key. He'll look at what you have free of charge, and he'll see if he can save you some money. I bet he can. Yeah. Brent's an awesome guy, easy to work with, loves the Detroit Cast just like you. So call him today, 734-455-1900.
He's good people. Let him help you out. Weird story. Have you followed it all this weekend, the story of the murder on the Alaskan cruise?
Yeah, man, I read about that. Yeah, the husband, I guess, was dragging his bloody wife out to a balcony, and some witness saw him, at which time he exclaimed, "She wouldn't stop laughing at me," and then dragged her back into the cabin.
Yeah.
Oh!
Sounds like their kids might have been in the room.
Oh, man.
Dude, it's a weird story. She wouldn't stop laughing at me.
And, dude, those cruise cabins are small. I don't even care if you got a big one, dude. They're still small.
Really?
So to have kids and parents in there, bludgeoning each other, it's got to be a bad scene.
I've never been on a cruise.
Yeah, I went on one.
Yeah.
It was,
how'd you like it?
I went with my family as a young lad, not too young. I
Like
think
your parents?
Yeah, I think I was maybe early high school or something.
Okay. Where did you guys go?
We did just the Caribbean thing. So
Yeah.
we stopped at like Jamaica, Cozumel, somewhere else. I don't even
Sounds
remember.
awesome.
Yeah, no, it was cool, dude. It was good enough. But what I remember most is how friggin' rocky the boat actually is. Like you picture, oh, this is a big boat. Well, the sea is quite a bit bigger.
Yeah.
And oh my God, you're a cork in that goddamn sea.
Really?
Dude, there were nights where you're just trying to walk down the hallway and you're like hitting the walls and stuff.
Oh, God,
Yeah.
that's awful.
It was brutal.
That's
You're wearing like
awful.
those seasick patches the whole time and
Yeah.
stuff.
Are they like? Is this like Carnival Cruise Lines? Were they that big when you were going? Like 4 football fields in length? That type of shit.
It was friggin'
Huge.
huge.
God, that's weird, man. I've never been on one, like I said, but
They're getting certainly a bad rap over the last decade or so. I'm not sure I'd take my family on one, honestly.
yeah. You don't want to fall overboard
That's
at all.
the thing, dude. It sounds like you fall, they're not gonna lift a finger to try to help you.
It's incredible to me that
not
they
our
haven't-
problem anymore.
You're
out
just
of our
gone.
jurisdiction.
Bye-bye.
Yeah.
And I just don't understand. Like, it seems like it'd be so simple. Like, everyone that gets on our cruises has a bracelet with a chip in it or an anklet with a chip in it. And if at any point you see, like, a red chip flashing, like, oh, no,
That's
number
behind the
36
boat.
is, like, a football field behind us.
Yeah.
That's weird. You would think you would just, like, apply the brakes, turn that son of a bitch around, and go
Put it in reverse.
take you 10 minutes,
Yeah, I mean, come on.
go back and get him.
up, Terry. Put it in reverse, Terry. Bag up, bag up. What you doing, Terry?
It's simple, man.
Simple, but they don't, and it's just like, Phil fell off like 14 miles ago. Well, we'll never find him out there.
It's a dark ocean.
Anyone see how big the ocean is?
It's impossible.
I'd be going, dude, can't you just turn it around, flip your headlights on, and at least give him a
Or
chance?
throw out a life preserver or something. Give him a chance.
Son of a bitch, a chance. You
Drop-
know there's another boat coming behind us.
Drop one of those lifeboats or something. Just leave that. Let Phil swim to it.
Yeah.
Give him a fucking shot, man.
Yes, a fighter's chance.
I know he's drunk as shit right now, but maybe he could swim a quarter mile. I don't know.
How awful would that be if you fall off and you're like, well, someone had to see that, and you're just like bobbing in the ocean, treading water as best you can. It's like
Absolute hell.
How
Absolute
soon
hell.
before you realized they're not coming back?
The lights are just off in the distance.
As you just see it, because you don't realize how pitch black
Yeah.
the ocean is.
You just hear the steel drums, and then it goes just silent. No more steel drum music.
The waves just kind of flicker off into the distance as the last of the boat goes away, and then there's nothing
Yeah.
but you and your thoughts. My dad would tell me about that, like being on an aircraft carrier and like in your jet trying to find the aircraft carrier in the middle of the ocean. And he's like, you don't understand you don't realize, first off, how much city lights like light up a town or
Yeah,
light
yeah.
up an area. But when you get out in the middle of nowhere with nothing, and it's like trying to find
No full moon or nothing.
Nothing.
It's got to be tough.
said it's blacker than black. So you can imagine this guy, someone out there just like, oh man, this stinks. This stinks. Why was I trying to show off by balance walking on the beam?
I should have known better.
God damn it. So anyway, this woman, Kristy Manzanares, 39-year-old woman, mother of 3, on a family vacation with her husband of 17 years and their 3 daughters between ages 13 and 22 when she was found murdered in her cabin.
A little premarital.
Is this
Sucks
the
there's a
one?
little bastard kid there. A couple of them, right? Should pick
What-
up on that.
what's that?
Married 17 years, 22-year-old daughter.
Oh, yeah. The bastard child. Is this the one? I don't know if I'm confusing stories right now. Do they have stuff like murder mystery cruises?
They have murder mystery dinners.
Yeah. I thought
Murder mystery trains, maybe I've heard of.
I could absolutely be inventing this or like mixing it with another story. But I thought someone said that this was part of the cruise was a murder mystery thing.
Oh, wow.
And that people thought this was part of the thing. Like at first people didn't believe it. Don't know why. I might have read another article about it.
Okay, I didn't read anything like that.
Can you look into that, E, at all and see if there's anything? Because I swear I read that story today, and I thought it was tied to this one, this murder. Could be wrong, though. So Kristy, the family has released a statement. Kristy led by example, very giving with her heart, all that shit. We're inspired by the legacy of kindness and optimism she had instilled in her kids and blah, blah. Her husband, Ken. He was arrested and charged with a murder. Authorities say that he killed Kristy on board the Emerald Princess because she would not stop laughing at him in front of the children. Dude, the rage that must build up.
Stop laughing.
It's
don't
not
just,
funny.
It's not. Just stop laughing about
I
it.
said stop laughing at me! Good shit! You're always laughing in my face in front of the kids! Like, he would get to, and she's just like, ha ha ha, you pussy, what are you gonna do? Until he does what he goes into that fucking rage, man.
Yeah.
We've seen that before.
Yeah, we've heard about it. We've read about it.
Have you ever gotten into something with Gab where she's doing something and you're just like, oh my God, if I was a murdering son of a bitch, I would fucking end you right
No.
now. Never?
No.
It's just me.
I can honestly say I know.
Has she ever, see, this is the problem with you. Gab's not one of those people to like poke at something.
No.
She doesn't play like that. I've been around those
Not a
women.
big fan of drama.
Yeah, she's not. I've been around those women. I'm sure you have at some point dated someone that's
Sure.
like can't not be like that, and it's terribly frustrating. I think most guys don't like drama for the most part. It's just like, ugh.
Yeah.
Just be cool. Just be cool. How about that? You be cool, I'll be cool.
Yeah.
That's all we want. Don't be a cunt. How about that? Don't be a cunt in front of my friends. How about that?
In front of my friends.
Don't
How
belittle
about
me.
just like not in front of my friends too?
Well, that's ideal. But if we could just like, don't like strip me of my manhood in front of all the outside people. How about we do that? Can we start there? Don't strip me of my manhood.
That'd be good.
Yeah. She apparently had a severe head wound when she was found. The cruise was a week long. It was 9 o'clock on Tuesday. The captain issued a message on the ship's intercom urging security to go to the 9th floor where they were staying. Once inside, they found the bloody scene, Kristy's body. According to police, he told them, my life is over. Others on board who were on the same floor as the family immediately after the incident recalled seeing a child sitting on an older woman's lap just sobbing. Oh, poor little guy. A man came walking out from the hallway where it happened, and he had like a white tank top on and some jeans. His jeans were covered in blood. He came out saying, "It's not good. It's not good." 2 GoFundMe pages have been set up, one to cover the funeral costs, the other to provide financial support for the 3 girls. I guess that's just the way of life now. Like, if something happens tragically, God forbid, I mean, if I was in a position like that, maybe I would set up a GoFundMe too, but it just seems weird now that I cannot read a story where someone dies and there are not GoFundMes immediately.
You're right.
It's just a weird thing. Does no one have insurance anymore? Life insurance?
Or any sort of money sitting. You're right. I mean,
I don't
no
know.
Nest egg. No.
Yeah. Some passengers said they heard 2 men and a woman fighting on their balcony and then a woman screaming for her life. Others then said they saw a man trying to jump off the ship after the altercation. So they're on deck 7, and he tried to run up to deck 9 and jump off the ship, but security grabbed him before he could do it. He knew, like, if I just get off this boat, they're not coming back for me.
They're not going to apply the brakes.
They're not going to go, back up, back up.
Bag up, Terry. Put it in reverse, Terry. Bag up, bag up. What you doing, Terry?
This is so funny to me, like, just how selfish human beings are. Like, I get it. You paid for a vacation. You've got this week-long cruise. You want to be doing the fucking limbo and shit. You want to dock at Paradise and go shopping for touristy bullshit.
Docking is the insertion of one man's glands into the foreskin of another's.
They said passengers were kept on board the ship for much of the day Wednesday, prompting a little bit of grumbling.
You'd grumble too, dude. You know? Not my problem. This guy's a fucking psycho.
I know, but do you think if someone put a camera in your face or a microphone in your face, you would say anything but, this is just so tragic for this family?
Right.
Like if that was the case, I could totally see after everything's said and done, you going up to the travel agent or the Emerald Cruise, whatever it is, and going, this is bullshit. We were supposed to have a beautiful day in Panama, and we didn't. And I was looking forward to that more than anything because of the Van Halen song, and you fucked me over. I want a new cruise. And, like, demanding something. But, like, someone asks you when you get off the boat, and you're just like, yeah, well, you feel sorry for the family.
But
let's get that out there first and foremost. We want to feel sorry for the family. But a lot of people had to wait. Said Lloyd Barrows, or Barons. Another Susan Ragdale of Houston said, being on board for so long was awful. The kids were bored. Dude, you've got 4 football fields worth of shit.
That's what I was going to say. They're
Like,
still serving alcohol for adults, right? And the kids can
Hell
go
yeah.
swim, right?
yeah.
Gonna be that bored?
Her family had hoped to see Mendenhall Glacier and do some whale watching.
Oh, yeah, it's Alaska. I was thinking this was Caribbean.
Yeah, she was luckily able to rebook a whale watching for Wednesday night.
Oh, good.
I was hoping...
But everybody knows Wednesday's not as good for whale watching. Everybody knows that.
Yeah. Tuesday night is whale watching night. It's people like Susan Ragsdale of Houston that know that, and that's why they book in advance Tuesday night whale watching at Mendenhall Glacier. Because everyone knows Wednesday night's not as cool.
Everybody.
I was hoping we'd be cruise people. We may not be after this.
Oh.
What with the murder and all.
Little passive aggressiveness against Emerald Cruise Lines.
Yeah. Careful. Susan, you sound like someone that's going to laugh incessantly in your husband's face and just fucking drive him to murder.
People lost it, man.
Dude.
What kind of relationship is that, though, where he's going, you know what, just stop laughing, okay?
Yeah.
And
Tiny dick.
You know?
But 17 years of marriage and 3 beautiful daughters, like, you wonder if alcohol was involved. I'm sure it was on a cruise. Like, I don't know. You'd think that other people would be coming out, too, and going, oh, yeah, these two, boy, they were cats and dogs.
Well, and we're taking it at face value. This guy could have just been a fucking psychopath, you know?
Yeah, true.
This whole laughing at me could mean nothing.
What if she really is a monster, though, and this laughing thing was just the last straw?
This is decent news, then. I wouldn't say good news, but decent news. She deserved it, is what you're saying.
I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, there's a lot of women out there that can drive a man. We've seen it before. I only need mention Fred Willhite to know that men can be driven to bad, bad places.
You'll have to refresh my memory.
Oh, Fred Willhite. This goes back a few years, Jay. He's the one that on a 911 call was like, they're like, yeah, why'd you do that, Fred? And he's like, she enticed me and ridiculed me my entire life.
Oh, no.
So he took out a 38 and fucking shot her in the stomach. Yeah. Donna, poor Donna. That was the end of Donna. And then he's like, hold on, I'll see if she's still alive.
Oh.
And he's like, hey, are you dead or alive? I think she's dead. And then he says something like, I'm a peaceable man. And he like put the gun away in his fucking thing, and he was like, he did exactly what he said. He came outside, he was just hands up, waiting for the cops, and he was like, fuck that bitch. She enticed me my entire life.
He had enough.
He had enough.
It's like, I know I'm going to jail for this, but I've had enough.
I believe Fred was sentenced to 30 years for this, and I think he died like in 2010. I believe it was 2007 when Freddie Willhite did this. I think he died. I was trying to like find an obit, and the best I could find for an obit from Freddie Willhite in North Texas, wherever he lived, Northridge, Texas, or something, was like, Fred Willhite died on X date 2010.
Yes, he did.
If anyone has any information about Fred Willhite's life or pictures of him, send them to us, and we'll be glad to post. Like, nobody was there.
Wow.
Probably, obviously died in jail, and and that was the best I could find for an obit for old Willhite,
That's
Mr. Willhite.
sad.
You want to hear his 911 call?
Sure.
See if I did it justice.
North Richland Hills 911.
That's it.
Hello?
This is Freddie Willhite.
How can I help you?
I shot my wife in the stomach with 38.
Is she still there?
Yeah, she's lying on the floor.
And what is your name?
Freddie Willhite.
You're going to get a great what?
Where's the gun at?
What?
Where's the gun?
It's in the closet.
Why did you do this?
She enticed me, and she would ridicule me throughout my lifetime.
And you're at 8432 Gifford?
That's it, baby. I'll see if she's alive.
Sir?
You alive?
You did.
You there?
I'm here. Sir, I'm here.
I think she's dead.
Oh. Damn, man.
Yeah, it's grim. But you know what? If you're going to entice me and ridicule me my entire life.
It's people just tormenting each other, living together for that long. I
know.
mean, just separate. Leave. Somebody.
Well, part of me, I think, when that guy that his wife was killed on the cruise, for him, it sounds like right away, it sounds like, oh my God, my life is over, and he's trying to commit suicide. Like, that sounds like something where that dude was not like a murderer, but for whatever reason, whether it's alcohol and a vicious fight with his wife in the room, like snapped. And then as soon as it's done, like, I think we've all been there where it's like, you want to fucking, and then you punch the wall and you put a hole in it, and then you go, God damn it, that wasn't smart.
Oh, my hand hurts. I hit the stud. Why'd I have to hit the stud?
God damn it. I put it right through the glass. Why would I do that? That was just not smart. Immediately you come back down to earth. But it's like, if you take that candlestick holder and like whap to your wife's head and you kill her, and then it's like, oh man.
Or the lead pipe, or the rope, the revolver,
the candlestick, whatever. But you do that and then you come back to life and it's like, oh man, now I killed her and the kids. And terrible story. Anyway, let's take a break. I'll tell you a little bit about Chester Bennington's funeral, which took place over the weekend.
Okay.
And some other things. I know we got some good email, I believe. And then, dude, chiropractors. Did you hear about this couple that jumped to their death, committed suicide?
No.
As a tandem?
What?
Holding hands or something. Yeah, New York. Crazy. We'll get to that and more next.
The Detroit Cast continues after this short break.
We all know to look up, locate, step to the side if a tree is falling. But what if the tree falls on your home or car? In this scenario, you better hope that you have the best insurance coverage you can get. That's why you need to call Brent Wasik, insurance agent of the Detroit. We all know to look up, locate, step to the side if a tree is falling. But what if the tree falls on your home or car? In this scenario, you better hope that you have the best insurance coverage you can get. That's why you need to call Brent Wasik, insurance agent of the Detroit Cast. He will find you the best coverage for your home, auto, commercial, business, or life insurance at an unbelievable price. Call him today at 734-455-1900 for your free, no-obligation quote. Nobody can do what he can do.
Detroit Cast continues now, bitches. Here's Mike and Jay.
All right. Welcome back to the Detroit Cast. Mike and Jay. Get in that fridge. Get in that fridge.
Yeah, it's not getting any better, is it?
No.
Dude, it kind of reminds me of me and Deuce fridge situation. Me and Deuce lived together while I was going to law school and he was getting his PhD.
Yeah.
And so we lived in this rental house in Dearborn, and the landlord provided all the appliances, but our fridge died, and he wasn't about to provide us a new fridge.
Why would he?
Yeah, right. And so we had to scramble, and somehow we had like somebody who gave us a free fridge, but it wouldn't fit in the kitchen, because obviously you have cabinets and walls and shit that it has to fit within. And this thing was just huge. It was like pea green. It was from 1975 or some shit.
Sure.
So we put the damn thing in the basement. And it's an unfinished basement. It's like a dead body room basement, essentially.
Yeah.
But every time we needed something, you had to go down to the basement to get. You know how many times you look in the fridge? You know now that you're undoing duct tape, like
it highlights exactly how often. You don't realize how often you use a finger until you break it.
Yeah.
Stuff like that, and yeah,
eat
it's
your penis until you burn it. Right. That would be a good example for Jesus.
It's a great example.
Sure.
And it's been highlighted to me, and it's like, okay, message sent. I got it. You use the fridge a lot, and I find
even
myself
me
just
here. Even me and E will go up there and be like, we're going to reach in there, like, because we'll bring food or whatever. We're not looking to eat Miguel's food, but even me and E are like, fuck, trying to break that habit.
I think twice now. Like, if I have a food and a apple in there or a banana, I'm like,
because you don't want to have to dick with the
right.
duct tape.
I do think twice. Like, I'm doing it all at once. Like, if I'm doing this, I'm eating my food and I'm getting the banana out or whatever.
I'm doing the same thing where it's like, all right, I'm going to open this fridge and then see what 3 items I need, and then God forbid you have to go back in for a second time.
Yeah.
What kills me is like I've gotten to the point now where I'm using a fresh piece of duct tape whenever I'm leaving the house for a substantial amount of time, or at the end of the day.
Good move.
When I'm going to sleep, where it's like I can't rely on a piece of duct tape that's been in use for 4 hours because it's just not going to hold. It's just not going to hold.
It's come to this, gentlemen.
This is like the Red Green. You remember the Red Green show? You used to always talk about duct tape. Like, look at you duct taping your fridge at this point. I mean, I'm sorry to say this, Mike. It's kind of redneck.
Red Green.
You don't remember Red Green?
I remember. Yeah. How fucking old school is that shit?
What is Red Green? I don't know.
The Red Green show. It was just like it was like
on
the
fucking Hee Haw or something.
No, it was like on CBAC. It's like a Canadian redneck. It was like a Canadian redneck show where they would like
but back way in the early 80s.
I used to watch it on CBC sometimes on Saturday nights. To show you how cool I was. It shows. I think I was old too.
Is this first or second 8th grade?
I don't know, but in that area.
Do you realize that it's not possible for me to not fully grasp how redneckian it is of me to be duct taping the fridge door shut at this moment?
Sorry.
Yeah, why are you rubbing it in?
I'm
fully aware.
That was kind of a dick move.
I have a house and a fridge. That's got to count for something.
What do you have?
I'm not saying compared to me. I mean,
anyway, yeah, it's a pain in the ass. I have maybe found a fridge that I think will work. Actually, Beth did.
Good.
We're looking at measurements now. I don't know. We'll see, man. But I've got to change it this week because duct tape fridge can't work. And I don't trust anything in there now. I mean, it's one thing. You guys bring something over and it sits in there for an hour or two.
Oh, sure. Yeah, I know that.
But me, it's like, what do you think, man? I really want that lunch meat in there, but
no. And you got sick last week. I'm wondering if that was connected.
I don't know. They seem pretty adamant that it wasn't, just because you would have been sicker longer.
Your awful lifestyle.
Yeah,
overall. Yeah. Before you move on, a couple matters of housekeeping. The Podcast Awards still officially open for nominations, so please go
through tomorrow.
I believe. podcastawards.com. Take a moment right now if you're watching us on YouTube. Stop.
Sure.
Just, come back to us later. Go do it right now. Go to podcastawards.com. Nominate us in the 4 different categories we're up for, or possibly up for. Mature, comedy, entertainment, and people's choice. Yeah. Help us out.
Yeah, we'd appreciate it. And then we'll let you know when the voting begins if we make it into the finals. Otherwise, we will ignore that shit.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't exist.
Oh, yeah.
Like I don't give a shit about...
Never hear of it again.
No. I don't care about any other shows. It's like me. What can the Detroit Cast get? And if not, then fuck it.
Of course.
Screw the whole thing.
Why would you promote the podcast?
Well, just podcasting in general. Yeah, exactly.
That's a good point.
We want to be a good sport. No, we want to win or fuck off. Just be nominated, actually. It's a pleasure to be nominated. Hey, I told you about that chiropractor couple.
Yeah, you mentioned
suicide.
that before he broke. They jumped?
They jumped.
God.
Wouldn't you think if you and your wife were going to kill yourself, not you, but I mean just in general, wives and husbands out there, if you're going to kill yourself, you would find a better way to do it than like splashing yourself on the streets of a major city?
God, how do you get two people into agreement like that on something so drastic?
With kids.
Oh.
Yeah. And you've got to, dude, being a chiropractor is not just like whatever. I mean, that's like you went to school for that.
Yeah.
You're a professional.
schlep.
Yeah. You know, not that schleps should jump to their deaths, but you would think that these are smart, upstanding people in society. It sounds like they were really good people too.
Yeah.
Like the chiropractor Glenn Scarpelli is one. His wife Patricia are the ones that were deceased as of Friday. They went into a Manhattan office building and jumped. And
how high?
I'm not sure.
This matters. What do you mean? Manhattan office building. We talking third floor? We talking 110th?
I know, right? I heard 9th and 17th.
You can do better than that. You know, maybe downtown Detroit, that's fine.
Yeah.
But you can do better than that in Manhattan.
Yeah. I saw a picture and they said 9th. And I don't know if they mean like 17 stories, if that's different than 9th floor. I don't know if it's like, oh, they've got 2 per floor. You know how the White House is like 6 levels? There's like 6 levels in the White House, and you look at it and you're like, dude, there's 2. I see the windows. It's 2 floors. It's like, no, the White House is 6 floors.
Is that right?
Yeah. So I don't know if this is one of those situations where it's like, they were on the 17th floor, but they jumped out of the 9th floor window. You know what I mean? Because 9th floor, I'd be like, I think we're teetering. I think you could survive 9 floors.
Oh,
possibly.
I don't.
Are you serious?
I don't,
Possibly.
but I think if you're going to do it, this is your one shot, man.
Get the full skydive experience.
Yeah. Go up to the top, man.
You don't think there's any possible way of surviving 9 floors?
No.
Yeah, you're probably right. Now that I'm looking at it, it's like, yeah, I could maybe do 1.
Yeah.
Like I could jump off my roof and just like shatter both legs.
I guess it's possible. 9. Yeah. Possible?
Yeah. I don't know, dude. I'm looking at this height here, and there's no way.
I don't. You know what? I'm trying to think because I'm trying to think of how many floors up it was. But when I went to New York last year to do that, the Bill Clinton's a rapist thing or whatever.
Sure,
who could forget?
Our hotel, I actually thought it was very hilarious. Like our hotel had a window that faced the floor or the road. It was not like you could open it up and I could have jumped out it if I wanted to.
Why
there
didn't
was
you?
nothing. I know.
Damn it.
Thought about it every day. But no. But my point is, I think I was only like 6 or 7 up, dude. And I feel like, dude, if I jumped out
You'd have
that window,
splatted.
like I remember looking at it, like sticking my head out and going,
Yeah.
I don't like Mike. I'm just trying to say, like, I don't think I would have. It'd have been tough, man. I feel like.
Yeah, you're not going to stick that landing.
No. As far as surviving,
I can't look down. Like when I see when you're like
hate it.
spiraling up a stairs and you look over the edge.
Yeah.
My legs just get like.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah,
I don't
most people
like.
do.
Really? Is that a common
Yeah, I think
thing?
so.
Like I just look over that edge and it's like, boy, man, that.
Yeah,
I hate standing on edges of things.
What is it? The old John Hancock, now called something else in Chicago, where you can go up to the observatory and they have.
Well, I think that is what it's called now.
Is
It
it
used to
now
be a
John
Sears
Hancock?
Tower.
Sears Tower, yeah.
I think it's okay.
well,
Whatever. You know what I'm talking about. And
You
they
can
have
do that.
glass.
Dude, fucking glass floor.
I did it, and I couldn't believe I did it because I'm terrified
did
of
it?
height. Yes, I did stand on it for like a split second.
Did it freak you out?
Yes, it was terrifying.
Where's that bridge? Is it China? Is it in China?
Yeah,
With a glass
Totally.
bridge. And remember we pulled up pictures that day?
getting
and
woozy
people,
just thinking about it.
People are like dragging their friends all the way across it. That dog, remember that dog like literally
Yeah.
being dragged on all fours?
Yeah, he's a smart. He's a smart.
He knew, and he didn't want to be on there. Dude, that's terrifying thinking about looking down that. I can look at a picture of it and get like, ooh.
Can't believe we jumped out of that plane, man.
I know.
Yeah, there you go. The
Yeah.
glass floor. Oh, the windows
dude,
right there.
My
The
legs
floor.
just got jelly when I
know.
looked at this corner and it was like, oh my God, she's in a glass box.
You know what, dude? I'm terrified of heights, and I did do it. I don't even know how. I
I
think
did
I
it
did
too.
for like a second, but
think-
there's something about it.
I think I could do it too, but I would still have the jelly thing. I might have to crawl out there. Just like that would make it
I
better.
think there definitely are like people kind of like you can. There's definitely people I think that are very much like they just put their one foot out and they're like,
Yeah, as if it crumbles,
I
you're
know,
going to be okay somehow. Right?
I know.
Oh, it's freaking me out looking at it. Anyways, so a fellow chiropractor, Adam Lamb, volunteered with Scarpelli. He was saying, like, dude, when 9/11 happened, Scarpelli like went down there and just volunteered, and he was given neck jobs and massages and adjustments to all the firefighters, police, anybody that wanted it for free. And he was down there for days, like working with those guys. This Adam Lamb threw himself into the story, and me too. We were down there together. He's not here to admit that, but we did. So people say that like this is a great guy. He never denied anybody's services. He was an amazing, generous person. You could feel the energy. You could feel the death in the air. We're just using our hands and adjusting people from our hearts. He and his wife Patricia jumped from a 17-story office building after struggling with debt. I think we've all been there at some point or another. Not the jumping part, but the debt part.
Yeah, but man,
it just says how sad it is in society that we put so much into like given that, like, oh, look at me, I'm doing well, I'm successful in life, I'm stable, everything's great. Look at my Facebook. Every picture there is me and my wife smiling arm in arm.
Yeah.
It's a perfect relationship.
My highlight reel, my Facebook page.
Yeah. And people like, but I never noticed they were such a happy couple on Facebook. Yeah. What are they going to put their fucking tears
this is
streaming on their
me
face?
just pissed off today.
Some people actually do that.
It's my wife looking shitty in the morning. Look at her. Isn't she ugly?
Look at that black eye, huh? That's what you get, honey, when you act like an asshole last night. She's got mascara streaming down her face. No, we all post the fucking like, oh, here we are in the park. Here we're on vacation. Look at this smiling, lovely couple. And it's like debt is creeping in. Apparently their kids had no idea they were away at college. Had no idea anything was going on.
Do it to your kids.
Well, Adam said that he and his wife's suicides were completely out of character. And I'm just like, what? They've never done suicide before? Boy, this is new.
They don't usually do suicide.
I mean, I've known them a long time, and I've never once known them to commit suicide. So this is very much out of character for them. Before the couple took their own lives, it appears that they maybe prepared their children for how to cope with the loss of loved ones. And so they say, I guess...
How weird would that be? All of a sudden your parents are just talking about, yeah, if, in order to cope without loved ones, let's watch this video, this instructional video. Like, what are you talking about?
I guess the kid did an article for his school paper or something, and he was like, my parents repeatedly told me that I could wake up one day and lose every material possession and everyone I love, but no one will ever be able to take away my faith. So I don't know if that's really counts as preparing your kids for that, but, it was written, like I said, it was written for his school magazine. Joseph now attends the University of Miami. His sister Isabella is 20. Sounds hot, right? 20-year-old?
You're right. 20.
A girl, 20.
Yeah, I've never seen an ugly 20-year-old.
And she doesn't have one of those dads in the way fucking reading you the riot act when you go over to the pick her up,
Right. Hell yeah.
You respect my daughter. You don't have to worry about that.
Cleaning the shotgun.
Yeah, and she needs a shoulder to cry on.
That's
Do you
right.
have shoulders? I can't tell. Yeah.
Sort of,
kind of.
there.
Kind of
he's got the bones
shoulders.
for shoulders. I don't know if he's got the muscle for shoulders.
I don't really have shoulders. That might be a good point.
Yeah.
It's sneech.
I mean, I have something
The whole thing's
here.
sneech-like.
They're there, but they don't. They can't.
They
They're
don't
just in
hold
look.
anything.
They don't hold at all. They're just for looks. So he looks all right in pictures.
I guess.
So Isabella, if you're interested, also
I'm very interested.
I think she's down in Texas now. But
I love Texas.
Her and her brother both attended some elite Jesuit-run Catholic high school, costing like $9,000 a year.
Well, I got a suggestion. Maybe you drop that, and you're 18.
No, got to keep
18
up
ahead.
appearances. The rest of the neighborhood sending their children to elite private schools, so we have to do the same. The kids don't know anything about the financial problems. None of us did, said one neighbor. A photo of Glenn's note shows part of the. I guess they put suicide notes in Ziploc bags. And I don't know if they jumped. I think they jumped with him.
Wow.
Yeah.
So the smithereenies wouldn't get on the note and
I
make
guess.
it unreadable? You could just wipe off smithereenies off plastic, right?
I think smithereenies is not an accurate description as you'd think for what happens when you jump from a building.
Yeah.
Now, I'm not saying if you get up 120 floors, smithereenies might be guaranteed. But, dude, I don't think smithereenies is a guarantee.
I think if you hit your head, describe a smithereenie.
I think you think of a smithereen as I do.
I'm not talking like atom-sized pieces here, but I'm talking like chunks and
coverable by one bed sheet.
Yeah, yeah.
You think smithereens would?
Oh, no. I'm thinking, dude. They jump. You're pretty much an intact body. Yeah, your head's smashed and your bones are smashed and shit, but you're not like you haven't come apart.
So I think of smithereens as like.
I know. I was just making a joke earlier when I said.
See, I thought like smithereens.
No, I like the word smithereens.
It's a great word.
So I just wanted to say that.
Okay, fair enough.
But now you've drilled down so far on it. It's kind of.
Well, here's why I did that, because my thought was.
You really thought?
I thought smithereens, like it. You know, I'm not saying it went blocks, but it was like a problem.
I bet the body kind of bounces a bit too, and again, like the head's smashed open and shit. But
yeah. Well, they had like a thin sheet, like just like made for a person and covered, and it seemed to cover up the whole area.
Yeah.
They had one here and then one there, like really close to each other. So part of the letter was shown or was visible. I guess the New York Post got a copy, parts of it, and just like snuck a picture, and so they didn't get the whole thing. But they apparently he talks about how his wife and he had everything in life, but they cannot live with their financial reality. In her suicide note, she apparently asked that the kids be taken care of.
That's weak, man. You can't live with your financial reality. That is so weak.
In Manhattan?
I'm
well,
sorry,
then move
man.
somewhere else.
I get depression and all that stuff. Can drive you to this stuff. Okay, I can read about it and think that people do that. But, dude, financial ruin? Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I know.
That's
it's
insane.
The sad society we've built where people feel the need to I can't deal with the financial debt of life, and so I need to end everything.
Yeah, the notion of having to not be able to drive this car or send my kids to the elite schools, that's unbearable. Mm-hmm. Wow, that's too bad.
The couple lived downtown near Wall Street, but they traveled to Glenn's recently closed chiropractic practice just a block from the Empire State Building, and then went up to his floor, and that's where they committed suicide.
You're so close, man. Why not go to Empire State?
It would make it more press-worthy, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Police covered their bodies with white sheets when they arrived on the scene, and we've got some comments from people who were around there. Perry Kim, a worker at a juice shop, Pier Green. If you're in the area, check out
juice shop. You can
Mr.
buy
Dean's.
juice there.
Juice, like
got it.
J-U, not J-E-W, J-U-I-C-E. So a juice shop on the same block was outside after 5:30 a.m. just getting ready to open the juice shop for a nice day of work when he heard an thump. No, what he says was, I heard noise. No. And no, but wouldn't you hear it? Like, you're on the ground.
It'd get louder, yeah.
You'd hear, and then an ending, right?
Yes.
Like, if he was on the top floor with them, like, what are you guys doing going near that window? And they went,
Yeah, but he's in the juice shop, so he's going to hear,
and then nothing. And then it goes dead silent. He heard the noise and saw two people fall from the top of the building. The man appeared to hit his head, and the woman had suffered abdominal injuries. They landed face up to the sky. That was a quote. Face up to the sky.
Well, you talk,
Would you, though? I mean, I don't know how that works. Do you try to, like do you diving into a pool and not make a splash?
I think you go swan.
You'd go swan, or would you go back? Would you fall back?
Dude, I just can't imagine doing this because remembering jumping out of that plane, falling out of that plane.
Oh, yeah.
Tumbling. Every ounce of anything within me wanted to grab on and stay in that plane.
Yeah.
So I just can't imagine what you would do in this situation. Committing suicide, like really swan dive, fall backward. I have no idea.
Yeah.
I have no idea how you could get yourself to do that.
I think swan is a good call, though. I mean, if I had to gun to my head, make it an E, which way would you go? Would you go like somersaulting?
Cannonball.
Cannonball? Cannonball.
I'm pretty much
would
with
leave
the
a mark.
J on this, but I guess I'd have to go
More of a jackknife.
Have to go backwards.
Triple
and
Lindy.
Not look at
How about
it.
a triple Lindy?
I don't even know what that is, but I don't know. I'd have to do back.
I think you
forward.
go into a somersault and see if you can't pick up some steam and really get into
See
a
if
roll.
you can set a record?
Yeah.
Why not set a record while you're at it? You got
I
one
think
shot.
what record are you setting?
Well, the number of somersaults ever.
Yeah. In one jump.
In one flight.
I guess
In
you
one
would
flight.
we become weightless, don't you? Or no?
You're falling to the ground, E.
Well, what happens when they go in those planes and they go real high and then they just fucking how they get those gravity-free shots? You know what I'm talking about? Like those.
Dude, talking about space?
Are you talking about like
No.
gravity pulling someone to the ground? What are you talking about?
No,
E?
not space. When you go, they'll do those where you go on a plane, they fly up, and it's like they give you like you get like zero gravity for like 30 seconds.
This is not zero gravity. This is 100% gravity.
This is all gravity.
No, well,
it's entirely gravity.
So what are you talking? You're picturing them jumping out of the fucking building and just staying in that spot doing somersaults?
He's
What
talking-
are you talking about?
He's talking about a suicide jump from space.
No.
And hoping that he doesn't.
I'm saying like if you started doing somersaults, would you just keep? You could get a shit ton in, I guess.
That's not what you were saying. I'll let you slide with that.
I don't
but that's
know.
not where you were going.
I don't know what I was saying.
I think you look, if you're going to do that
Listen.
and you're making a spectacle to everybody, I think you have an obligation to go as high as you can and be original. I like the jackknife thought, dude. I mean, could you imagine going into a
knee up?
Shoot the duck, folks. Let's do this.
Don't they say
A somersault would be interesting.
Hold on. Are you going to try to rehab your comment before? Okay.
No, I was gonna say, don't they say a lot of those people in the end they die before they hit the ground because like a heart attack
Yeah.
or they have a panic attack about what's actually happening?
Yeah, I don't know.
Like,
I
I've actually
think
thought I've
people
heard that.
speculate that. Yeah.
I've heard that, and I'm not going to hold you accountable for what happens from halfway down to the ground. But out of the gate, if you want to attempt a belly flop,
What would that? Oh my God, would you?
yeah, it's brutal, dude. Javier
Would
Guzman.
you feel it? I just if you didn't die before, so you would feel something, and then you'd be dead.
I think you wouldn't feel anything. I think you would hit the ground and lights
It'd
go
be
out
instant.
immediately. Yeah, long before you'd feel anything.
Have to be, I guess. I don't. That's it.
Yeah, Javier Guzman said he'd seen a couple lying in the street. I didn't recognize them, but they looked young, maybe in their 40s. So
Come on, give the proper accent. Speedy Gonzalez. Think of his his drunk friend with the whiskey bottle or the bottle with the X's on it.
The X's on it.
The tequila.
Everybody knows he's.
There you go. Now read Javier's comment.
I had seen the couple lying in the street. I didn't recognize them, but they looked young, maybe in their 40s.
Ming. See, you just had to get in character. I'm glad I could assist.
I know.
Hey, you're no longer at your previous employer. Should your 401k still be there? What are your options? Leave the money in that plan, roll over the assets to a new employer plan, roll over to an IRA, or cash out the account value. Call Mark Leibovitz at LPL Financial for a complimentary consultation to see if an IRA rollover may be the right decision for you. Call 248-626-2000. Ask for Mark.
Securities and advisory services offered through LPL Financial, a registered investment advisor. Member FINRA SIPC.
A jackknife. I don't think you could hold a 17-story jackknife.
Can opener?
And you certainly couldn't pull off a triple Lindy. Out of the question. That requires 3 boards.
Yeah. That's stupid of me.
Yeah.
I don't know why I said that.
I'll tell you about Bennington's funeral tomorrow.
Yeah.
We've got to get to some email.
Okay, I do have a massive amount of posts, and
Lord.
the amount in my hand right now is attributed to Ted, listener Ted, who clearly had a staycation here in Michigan.
Excellent.
And every fucking place he stopped, he grabbed a postcard.
Good for him.
God bless him.
Wait, those are all from
These are
Ted?
all from Ted, yeah.
There's 30 there.
There's about a dozen. There's Whitefish Point. There's Tequamanon Falls, Quincy Mine.
Isn't that where you wanted to go?
Fayette Ghost Town.
I mean, I like
Michigan
going to mines.
Copper Country, up in Houghton. The Pasty. We learned about the Pasty on this one. The Big Spring. The Tunerville Trolley, Vertical Lift Bridge in Houghton Hancock, and Copper Harbor. So, Ted, thanks for thinking of us. We've got a lot of postcards.
Are way up north.
Beautiful postcards that will be adorning Mike's wall before we know it.
Do all that.
I can't wait. Can't wait. All these little push pins. I'll fix it. Don't worry. All right, on to the reading of email. And unfortunately, the first one is not good news. We often laugh at the misfortunes of other people in faraway lands like Ohio or Indiana, or in this case, New York.
Sure.
Very sad news. Seriously, Eric writes in his brother Daryl and his wife Joey. Daryl's wife Joey. Daryl and Joey, both listeners. Joey unfortunately passed away.
Oh no.
Yeah, this past weekend. 42 years old.
Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, and these were people we'd met. I definitely remember Joey. Remember Joey because of her original name, and I met them at a soccer thing, And I also remember seeing them at Massey. Really nice people, and have 3 little kids. And so just want to send our best to Daryl and Eric and their whole family. So hang in.
Do we know what happened or anything like that?
Dude, this is going to frighten you. This is really scary. She thought she had the flu. It turned into an infection that took over her body, and it took her life today at the much too young age of 42.
Wow. That's terrible.
Yeah.
Terrible, terrible, terrible.
Best wishes to you all.
Yeah, if there's anything we can do, don't hesitate to ask.
I don't know how you segue out of that other than
that
just
was a bummer.
reading-
I was
reading another
honestly
email.
waiting for the joke to come out the other side. You know what I mean?
There's no joke. Rob writes in, this is one of the listeners who got free tickets to DCFC over the weekend.
Yeah.
He says, hey, gang, thanks for the tickets to the DCFC game. What a game. You guys are so right. The Northern Guard is nuts. That's the group of loyal fans on the one side that go crazy. Love the experience and look forward to coming back to many games next season. Hey, go Saturday, Rob. Saturday, August 5th, 7:30 p.m. Go out to Keyworth Stadium.
That was funny. I was in the middle of 10 things trying to get out of the house when you were like, hey, dude, will you do a Facebook post? I've got a couple, like 2 pair of tickets that we can give away. Just do a Facebook post and see, give people my email. And if the first 2 people that emailed me
Those
can
were
have them.
quick, man.
I was wondering how fast they went because I put that out as I was running out the door. I just grabbed an old picture of the Northern Guard that I took and made that post. It was fast.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it went really quick. Like right
Good.
after I got done texting with you, 2 people. Can I have them? Yeah, absolutely. So glad that worked out. Hopefully we can do that again this weekend.
Yeah.
I'll talk to David over at DCFC and see if we can't hook up another some more listeners with
Jay's
pairs
tight
of
with
tickets.
ownership. So,
Well,
he's got pull over there. Real pull over there.
Well, you know how it goes. Howard writes in. Howard the Walmart greeter. We haven't heard from him in a while. He writes in concerning Lucky Whitehead, our friend from the Dallas Cowboys, who was recently cut, and we care.
Steal your dog, man.
We care less about Lucky Whitehead than our friend Bugatti Casino.
Absolutely.
Howard the Walmart greeter writing in with a careful observation of the Whitehead story. Perhaps it was not his performance on the field or his questionable antics off the field that led the Dallas Cowboys to discharge him. As we know, the Dallas football program is very proud. While certain things may be overlooked, such as assaults or a White House full of cocaine, certain things cannot be overlooked. Clearly, those things include being late for a meeting, being falsely accused of petty larceny, and not being able to fuck that white bitch good enough.
That was probably his biggest problem.
I am saying that the real reason for his discharge was his inability to break that bitch's back, and that was the last straw that broke the dromedary's back. Hi, Mrs. Fady. Go green. Thank you, Howard.
I would agree with Howard. At least that makes sense.
Yeah. Curtis writes in.
Hey, fuck that white bitch good enough. That guy was so proud of that comment. The smile coming across his diamond dish grill as he said it. Yeah.
Curtis writes in concerning funerals. Again, this goes to last week's discussion about had Mike died of his maladies, what would I have done with the body? He suggested that I definitely cremate him.
Yeah.
I wasn't to allow anyone to see his bloated, gross, dead body.
At least the top half of me. Like, if you want to, show
your dong?
My bottom half or something while I'm wearing pants, at least you're not going to go
you think your bottom half is hot or something?
No, I just don't think it's
Does Mike think his bottom half is hot?
It doesn't have
Stand up for a second. Give us a twirl.
It doesn't have...
Give us a twirl.
It doesn't have the gut and titties in them.
He's always wearing these big cargo shorts, so it's kind of hard to see any definition, righty?
Well,
does Mike have a hot ass? Does Mike have a hot ass?
I don't
even know.
think so, but
do you think I have a nice enough ass to display in a casket?
I've
as
never
half
thought
a torso?
about Mike's ass.
Just the bottom half. Think just the bottom half. You already know what the top half looks like. The good thing about the
Just
bottom
a nice
half,
pair of trousers.
yes, I'd be socked and shoed. It's not like I'm going in nude.
What kind of shoes you want? Some
Something
Yeezys.
cool. Yeah, some Yeezys would be dope, dude. Hell yeah. Untied, of course.
So we're just gonna have your waist down in the casket.
Yeah.
Are you sagging?
Is the rest of it burnt?
Are you sagging?
The rest
in
of
the
me
casket?
is in an urn somewhere. I'm just saying, if you want
So
something
you're
to
doing half
display,
and half.
Hold on. You've seen the magician, things
Yes.
where it opens up half the
Right.
thing and you can
Right.
see the assistant's lower half. That's what you need. That's the type of casket we're going to have then. Just the lower half.
and I don't want you to come out there with the big saw thing and pretend, and you're doing a twirly and trying to avert attention as you pull the body.
Right.
No,
None of that.
Just have that with
So
my
we
legs.
literally want to burn your top half and leave your bottom half,
Yeah.
which you apparently find is hot.
It's not that it's hot. It just doesn't have all the gross elements about me. It doesn't have the chin, the titties. titties, the stomach.
So you're saying this is for the people who are attending, if they have to see the body, because that's what they say about the viewings. It's for the people there to have final closure, like, yes, Mike is dead.
Yeah.
Okay, goodbye, Mike.
Right.
And there you go. So you're fine seeing trousered, socked, Yeezy'd feet.
Yeah.
I don't know what sure.
I don't know. I don't know if it's hot enough, Mike.
Would you know this was on the body of a fat guy if you just saw from here down? Now,
no, that's a good point.
It's hard to judge because you guys know what the fat upper part looks like. So would it be if you just saw this down? You go, that's a normal human being.
I honestly haven't seen you in anything but baggy pants in so long. I can't say whether it's
dude. I'm not wearing spandex to my funeral. All right. Seriously,
David Lee Roth. Leopard.
Don't kick cute and have me like high kicking in my casket.
No. You've given me discretion here.
Just draping one ankle and leg over the top of my casket. Stop it, Jay. That's not funny. I just want to be legs.
Why don't we just
suit panted with dark socks, not white?
Why don't we just burn you in total and be done with it?
If you want to do that,
all
fine.
Right. We'll save the rest for tomorrow, Mike.
Okay.
Oh, wait. Did I get to Curtis's email? Let me read Curtis's email real quick. Curtis, regarding funerals, litigator, procrastinator, and masturbator, agree on the funerals, told my wife and kids that I'm coming back to haunt anybody that puts me on display and then stick me in the ground. Cremation is the only way to go, Curtis.
Only way.
Yeah, we're with you.
To anyone listening right now, this is not a fucking joke. Do not put me on display. I do not want to be in a display box. No.
You will not look good dead.
Oh, I don't look good alive. It's not going to get better in death.
You will look
Don't
bad
do
dead.
that to me.
Yeah.
Don't do that to me.
Okay. We'll burn you.
All right. Thank you.
See you tomorrow.
All right, everybody. Have a great rest of the day. We'll do it again tomorrow.
You've been listening to the Detroit Cast with your hosts, Mike and Jay. From all of us at Radio for One Studios, thank you for listening. And as always, thank you, Detroit.